Yeah, there we go.
And I can't hear him in.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of us can hear him.
No, you can't. So you guys,
I don't need to be looking at my gross faces. I don't.
Hi,
I don't.
everybody.
I don't speak sign language.
Welcome to Bajor Rising, Star Technical Support.
yes.
You figure this out.
I believe since we have two players, I think they got caught in the transporter buffer. I guess we're going to work out the technical issues as we work off of a new platform.
Yeah.
I have no idea who can hear this or who even cares.
Hello, anyone? I'm assuming you can hear me now. Right? No? Are we still in Star Technical Support?
How do you make this bigger?
All right. Yeah.
Oh, more options.
Hey, are you guys able to hear me now?
There you go.
Okay.
Scared that shit out of me.
All right. Yeah, so for no apparent reason, we've got my voice is not coming through on the voice. The Ninja system. And if anybody's listening to the actual streamcast, I'd love to hear them. See, we're going to just do a little thing called technical support. I do very much like that because we are playing with a brand new system, and I thought I debugged it because you always think you debugged it until you didn't, and because I'm too cheap to pay for the damn thing. I'm gonna be like on the commercial hiatus. Hey Rufus, could you go online for a minute to tell how stupid we are? Okay, why don't you tell me whether people can be heard or not? Okay, somebody's dinner's done.
It's fine.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Or your glucometer has gone crazy.
It's my glucometer, yeah.
You and me both, kid.
Okay, good.
But my CGM is like, what are you doing and why?
Okay. Well, I think we're okay. So we're not doing too bad. The most disturbing thing is, of course, that I can't hear you guys in chat at all, which bothers me. Because in theory, as a director, because there's a director object, and it even has a little on the air button. I feel so smart. But anyway, we're gonna see what we can pull off today with this. Let me see. Yeah, that's a URL to a website to share. We don't need to share no stinking websites. There is a chat room, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, so we can see that.
See the chat.
Yeah, this is doing nothing but filling Not Too Shabby with oodles of confidence about our successor to the streaming system. But yeah. We'll work through it. Again, I really would really love to know why I, as a director, can't hear you guys.
Okay.
Because I am in the scene, and it should let me do that. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll just go ahead. We'll bull ahead. So last week we had a we had all kinds of crap break loose. Correct.
Correct.
You said it.
There was some crap breaking, and the encrapping occurred. I believe Neltalis with Edric Norvak and made it up to the mountaintop, away from the mob.
Right.
And yeah, and then basically, if I remember right, a number of people like spotted a Cardassian that shouldn't have been there. Right.
Not 100%
sure
that because we took the shuttle, and I don't really think we got out of the shuttle and went, over here, because that would have been stupid.
Okay, yeah. I knew that there were people coming out. Everyone was regrouping, and now you've got kind of an awkward guest situation going on.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I got some notes that. Yeah, I know. I can hear you guys. I can hear them. Yeah, everyone's giving me directions on how to technically manage OBS while we're trying to do a game. It's just like, it's killing me. The nice part is I've got monitor working, so I can hear you. I think it says Jim is a little low, and I think I can fix that over on my side. Where's Jim? Because Jim, I can turn you up to 200% volume, and I'm willing to bet you'll just blast the roof off the door.
Oh yeah,
Blast the
this
roof
is
off.
going to be a lot. 200% of Jim. That's
200% Jim.
That's too much, Jim.
I think
Even
that's
I will
a lot
tell
of
you.
Jim. I'm very much liking that. And I'm pegging out I'm pegging. Yeah, this is that kind of a day. We had a lot of work today. Okay, so you are hiding in the shuttle. If I remember right, we've got Ula and everybody, and I'm of course looking in the absolute wrong direction because I've got my monitor set up a different way. But that's okay. I'm going to be happy with that. Nels, what do you want to do with you've got the prisoner. I think if I'm not mistaken, you left the captain, the talisman's captain back on the in the landing area. She let you go.
Right, because I think she was still under the influence of whatever the heck was going on.
Yep. She was not super happy about the entire process of this, and was starting to call the mob over, if I recall correctly.
I think maybe she was. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't rightly recall.
I think that was also the bigger problem with that's Lemuel's problem, because he had he banged the rocks together, and people are sad.
Yeah. It was sad.
Yep.
Keep banging them together. See if the emotions change.
Yeah, that I'm kind
happy. All right.
I literally am waiting for you guys to believe it or not do that at some point.
Okay, they're singing "Kumbaya." Thank God. All right.
Yes,
Okay,
we need to kumbaya this, and it wasn't working. Okay, yeah. So I mean that is my audio. You guys should be able to hear my audio. And that is weird. I'm a little concerned that you guys can't hear me as the director, but I'll bowl on with this. You can hear me now, at least. Or you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear you guys. Sorry, we're going to take a moment while I figure out why I can't hear anybody. Man, if I put you in the Yeti. Can you guys talk for just a second to mess me up?
Absolutely. I love messing people up.
It's not working.
It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, okay. Wait, now it's working? Really, literally, it started working. I switched it on and off again. So I get my engineering badge, merit badge for that. Okay.
As a former computer tech, yes, that's usually the answer. Turn it off, count to 10, turn it back on.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All right. Hey, Loafback Zip. We're doing our best on this. Okay, so now that I can actually hear you, I can actually get my brain together, because that's most of the technical crap aside. It's like I've got a pretty blue light over here because I want to be, pretty and fancy. All right, and now, Jim, who do you want to be in this scene? There is a Vulcan officer. There is a couple of other people. So I don't know what if you want to pick one of the medical staff or an engineer.
I will be. What was that, Vulcan?
Saren Valak.
All right. Oh, I don't have my notebook. Hold on.
I don't either. Trust me, I don't either. I'm good. I'm totally good. I can change the room quality, which means I can. Does that mean I can throw you guys can throw me out and get a better DM? Is what I'm hearing here.
Yep. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
fine.
You're doing fine.
That's literally what they tell you before they show you the door, isn't it?
Yep. Good
Yep.
job.
Good job. We are so proud of you.
Yeah. That's still an open wound for me. Thanks, but that's okay.
I definitely understand that. I've been listening to I've been listening to people of late on these things. All right, so
Paper
you
cut,
actually
lemon juice in it. Anyway,
yeah, I'm giving you a nice paper cut. The king's rotten son.
exactly.
That's the king's rotten son. All right, so I apparently have master gain, which I don't think is the thing I should be doing. Oh, to hell with it. I'm going to do that.
Well, wouldn't that have saved those people in the transporter accident, or is
Yeah,
that matter gain? I get those mixed up.
I will go with matter gain myself, but I
Okay.
will also go with master gain if necessary. And I'm allegedly putting a blur on my background because I'm just that kind of a guy. Okay. Man, I wish there was a volume control that I could find. I wish there was a volume control I could find. But okay, so Saren, if I recall, I don't think we had anything specific to her, if I'm not mistaken.
There's not anything. I don't recognize her name.
Okay. Well, this is or that means we need to go to space cheers. Okay, I thought that's a really long way around for that joke. So as a result of that, you guys get I get to take away threat for that. I get 0 threat for that joke. Yeah. Okay. Let me see that. Her name is Saren. Yes. It is part of the command crew of the USS Odyssey. Oh, please tell me that. Yes, she is a science officer, Lieutenant Commander Von Selleck. There you go. She is a brilliant scientist who specializes in astrophysics and xenolinguistics. She has an unemotional demeanor. She is well suited for analyzing strange phenomena. And Commander Thorne trusts her expertise when making first contact with new civilizations. She would have been really handy to have in the Everything's Going to Shit episode of this, wouldn't she?
Yeah, she was.
She was elsewhere, if I recall.
She was also. She was off Ponfarin.
Yes. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can paste. There we go. Oh, wow. Hey, let's see how much it shows you. Yeah. Okay. So I just did an info dump on you. All right. So Saren, you've got 2 engineers and Ula, who is a medical officer. You guys have been given a retreat order and you this is kind of rendezvous point Bravo kind of thing. You're overlooking the shitstorm that is on the landing pad, and you're seeing people moving around down there. And you see Ragrathor getting to a fist fight with the old man, and losing on top of it. So yes. Tell us I don't know if you've got anything you want to do, because Derek Arnvak is actually saying, I need to leave. We need to go. We just need to get out of here.
You're going to have to do a little bit better than that, because you've been masquerading as a Cardassian, and today has been a twist and turn kind of day for me with Cardassians and Bajorans, and so you're going to have to do a little bit better than that. You know, you've already told me you're potentially not who your makeup job says you are. So
it's one of those real good ones. Yep.
Yeah. So before I cart you off planet somewhere safe, I'm gonna just give me something to work with. Give me a piece of information.
Those crystals are a lot more than they seem. They have.
Oh,
They have
okay.
Could you perhaps be more vague?
yes. Oh, did you want to? Oh, did you want to have Saren? Because Saren, did you want to wander over, or are you gonna stay out of this? I like the idea that you just open up the shuttle door and ask how he's doing. You just barge
Yeah.
on in.
Oh, yeah, just to get some air, but we're not standing outside. Hey, come and get us! Because that would be stupid. Because that guy may be in a fist fight with Cam's character, but I bet you if he has to murder a Cardassian, he can start running like all get out.
Wait, who needs to murder who?
Nobody.
The old man that's fighting Cam's
Oh,
character.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, yeah.
I think if he wanted to murder the Cardassian in the shuttle, he'd suddenly get he's spry for his age. God damn.
You see him vaulting up the side of the hill. It's like, wow.
Last time I saw a guy moving that fast, it was a $6 million man. Jesus.
Yeah. Slow motion.
Running around like the old man in the Six Flags commercial.
So I do assume, Saren, you're going to go over there and just kind of open the door.
Just kind of,
barge yourself
yeah.
in.
There's one other shuttlecraft. I want to see who's in it.
Yep. So you do hear the. Let's see if my TOS effects actually do anything. They don't. So anyway, you just hear the nice sound. We'll just do it that way. So you get the shuttle doors pop open, and Nellis is basically in there talking with Darek, mid giving a clue, and he's about to give you that clue. Saren comes in, and it all he just clams right up.
Do you require assistance, Lieutenant?
No. Oh, and actually, Lieutenant Commander. So actually, you're in charge here.
I think you're also actually Nelson. I think we popped you in as Lieutenant Commander, but I guess you weren't. I saw it on your character sheet and I forgot. I think you were just Lieutenant.
I think when I originally created the character, he was Lieutenant Commander, and you asked me to pop him down one, so I did.
Yep. Okay.
So that's fine.
You're senior lieutenant.
Well, that much I know, but
Yep.
I mean.
So now she can kind of pull rank on you, I guess.
Well, I look at the Cardassian, I say, well, she's technically my boss, so whatever you think you're going to say to me, you can probably say to her.
Oh, I'm loving the idea of thieves can't for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna do like I'm gonna actually do this. I'm gonna declare a fact that there's secret Starfleet intelligence hand signs, like the Masons or some shit.
Okay, that's fine.
Which I think is not unreasonable to my mind.
Yeah, no, that would make sense.
So he's basically going to give a bit of he's signaling the third base runner. It almost looks like, but he starts touching his elbow and going, dealing with his ear, and you do recognize that as a sign for this is I think it's like need to know is what it conveys. So these things can convey like 2-word ideas essentially. So you can't carry on a soliloquy in them, but you can definitely convey danger.
Well, it's how thieves can't works, which is they could be talking about the weather, but actually they're talking about robbing a bank.
Yeah,
that's how thieves can't works.
Yep. So so he's giving you the sign for this is a need to know basis, and he also his verbal is I demand to be returned to Cardassia immediately. You have no right to hold me here in this clearly demilitarized zone that you are obviously invading. So he's working up a diplomatic incident as only a Cardassian could.
Okay. Um, Lieutenant, can I chat with you outside for a minute? Uh,
Of course.
I look at the Cardassian and I say, I tell you to help yourself to the replicator, but you're handcuffed to that chair. So make the best of it.
That's right. Thanks for reminding me. Ka-chunk. Yeah.
Go outside. Close the door from the outside.
Walks him back up to the chair. God damn it. He's yelling about diplomatic row and everything.
All right. I'm just going to let you know. Well, actually, I think I already let the XO know this, that he gave me like the code sign for, Starfleet intelligence officer. Don't blow my head off. And that's so he's telling me he's more with my branch than anything else, and he's an undercover operative. So he probably doesn't think talking in front of you is a bright idea. Then again, I could see that, but
How do you suggest we proceed?
well, I noticed that as soon as you walked in, he shut his face. So, and I'm not the trusting type just because he gave the right passcode, and he is using what we in the Starfleet Intelligence Corps call the fugue. Okay. Sort of communications under the table. I'm doubtful of his information because he's telling me the obvious. Gee, the crystals are not what you think they are. As the humans say.
As the humans say, "Durr."
Oh God, yeah, this is an entire a stranger in a strange place thing, isn't it?
Right, it's two aliens talking about that third alien. Oh, and now we're talking about the humans, as the humans would say, "Duh."
Yep.
So, I say, let me see what I can peel out of him a little bit more. Of course, we could probably link communicators, and you just record what's coming through.
That is a very good suggestion. What do? You tap the comm badges together?
Something like that.
Yeah, there's a lack of buttons and controls on comm badges for some reason.
But somehow you're able to do it. It's weird.
Yep, that is absolutely it.
Two to turn it up, two to turn it off, whatever.
Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've got windowed project. There it is. That's what I needed. I'm about to make you guys' lives way cooler in the video chat. All of you at home, who cares? I have not been listening to a damn thing these people have said about comm badges and delicate role playing options. However, I have figured out you can do windowed projector preview, and as such, I'm gonna do a thing behind the scenes. Hey Nat, I'm taking notes. Really? No, I'm not. I'm not taking notes on any of this.
This is what the humans call on a wing and a prayer.
This is definitely praying and wigging it. This is thoughts and prayers. This is very much a thoughts and prayers situation. Yes.
And if we're not careful, we are about to get shot. So yeah, that works.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, wait, that's different.
There. That should be much prettier.
That is
much better. Okay. Now I can see stuff. Cool.
Yeah, you can kind of see stuff. So that's called the projector preview. So yeah, I can pop that open and remind me to use that in the future because that's great for you guys. Nat, you're going to use that to keep us on task when you have to show models. Okay. Yeah. So you go back in. What kind of an attitude or a face or whatever do you make? The comm badge is transmitting. It doesn't have a little red light. You put a little piece of tape over the red dot.
Right.
That indicates, because Google Glass just set a precedent for privacy.
We'll see how smart he. Why do you have a piece of tape over your comment? Don't worry about it.
I think you're in mourning.
Yeah, exactly. A friend of mine died.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't hear anything yet. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
What is
I'm
happening on
loving
the
that.
screen?
Good question.
It threw a fit. Okay, well,
It did. It threw a fit just like I did. I'm gonna throw another fit. Because that's just how that's gonna work. All right. So yeah, keep going.
Oh.
Pretend I'm not even here.
Hopefully, this will all be worked out down the road. I'm gonna. One of us has to have faith. Anyway,
this is kind of Monkey Mondays. I've already did a Monkey Mondays thing.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we're looking at. Yeah, it's like my keyboard decided. I really don't. Yeah, it is. My keyboard decided to do something. There, I'm just smacking it. We'll see what happens. Okay, so you walk in. What's the attitude that you're gonna pull here?
Basically the same attitude I was carrying when I started with him.
Okay. So more of a pleading, getting things going. So you're not going to worry about, you're not bringing anything new into this, like your, hard ass boss or anything.
No.
Okay.
I will explain to him. I explained it to the lieutenant. So you can drop the diplomatic incident behavior.
Oh, there will be a diplomatic incident. Trust me on that. There will be one no matter what you ask for. I'm going to have to talk with Starfleet and intelligence about this whole mess too. But yeah, so he's chafing against the handcuffs that you put him back in, which I think is funny. Are you going to leave him in those?
Yeah, because he gave me the super secret handshake, but like I said to him, you're gonna have to give me a little bit more than them crystals ain't what you think they are.
Okay,
we already know that part. We figured that out.
Okay.
I'm waiting for my guys to start smacking them together just to see what the hell happens.
Oh God, no! Don't do that. Wait, are your people like experimenting with those?
Actually, I have no idea. I know we've got somebody who's holding on to a couple of them, and every time she gets near somebody else, well, I have some interesting experiences. But I won't bore you with the details. What else have you got for me that might make me buy into your story?
Okay, I don't know if I want. Why is the leadership seminar happening?
Because we're special.
I guess because this is. Oh man. Partially, I've also lost my mouse, so I have no idea where the mouse is. The cursor, nothing. I think it's probably because of projector preview that is so awesome. Anyway, yes, you're going to have to. Oh man, you're gonna as a psychological thing. He is really not thrilled about talking to a Bajoran about this. Well, there's things I can't tell you because I really don't know where your loyalties lie.
That's rich coming from you, pal.
I know. I like the idea that she's listening in and says that under her breath.
Well, and that would be said by a Vulcan anyway. Uh,
There's a logical way to present that.
yes. See, but I thought you were part of Starfleet intelligence. Now you seem to be not, which is my first guess.
Oh, no, I am part of Starfleet intelligence, but I can't. There's some things specific to Bajor that I can't trust to a Bajoran.
Oh, okay. So give me something else that I can go to a higher up and say, this guy had reconstructive surgery or whatever, and he's one of us, and we shouldn't throw him into the warp core.
Okay. Man, you wouldn't do that.
Buddy, like I said, there's so many things gone twisty today. Anything is possible.
You're going to add any threatening menace to that? You want to put a little charisma check on him?
Well, yeah, I guess I could. You could do that. I guess
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
no, I was going to say as a negotiation tactic. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I often know that those involve tariffs. So you start talking about tariffs to him.
Right, exactly. Wait, wouldn't that be committing an act of cruel and unusual punishment? Talking about tariffs?
Yeah, of tariffism.
There you go.
Ouch. All right. I can't go negative on this, and you already have all your moxie, so there's nowhere I can go with this. I'm a free agent now. I can make all the bad puns I want. So yeah, if you want to let me see. Yeah, it was you have linguistics, negotiation. Yeah, what would you like to how would you like to proceed? Because I mean you're basically saying, hey, things are going so swimmingly.
Yeah.
What's one more dead Cardassian at this point? Is that the
Yeah, I mean, you've told me you're Starfleet intelligence, and maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but those Bajorans are going to turn rocks into baseball bats, and they're not going to care.
and oh look, they're coming up the hill.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, he's okay, so are you familiar with the last team from the Odyssey to visit Bajor?
Am I?
You got read in on it. That was the team
Okay.
that went and had like 3 people die. They brought
And
back
the
another guy. Huh?
The other guy who burned out his eyeballs or something reading a book.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I've heard them stories.
They were supposed to be the start of a project for liberation for Bajor.
Okay.
And we had been, believe it or not, we've been looking through Bajoran legends because some of the other Bajorans are a little more spiritual than you are, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
And they had pointed to some artifacts that seem to be almost legend in Bajoran history.
Uh-huh.
And that would be here.
And so you were hoping to rouse the Bajorans into some sort of uprising against the Cardassians?
We were hoping to make the Cardassians not want to be on Bajor anymore.
Okay, well, I'm going to presume they, for the time being, they like it there. Or they're
Yeah.
or if they're leaving, their exit strategy is going to be to murder a bunch of people because that's what you do.
Yeah, we're working on making sure that doesn't happen. We've already started supplying. I mean, he's gonna. Well, actually, you needed to roll dice. Damn it! He stops talking and he demands a dice roll.
All right, Daniel.
The DM has to turn out his well-crafted plot, but he's not going to do it without a dice roll.
He's not going to do it for free. I got you.
You don't give it away for free, goddammit.
So
I want to see some 20s out of this.
Security and probably.
Well, presence is kind of your charisma.
Okay.
And security or command, either one. Oh yeah, security because you're talking to him about intelligence.
Right. And I guess for now I'll use a focus of negotiation.
Okay.
Or could be information analysis because I really want to.
That's I think once you got the data, you'll know you'll have more insight. But I think negotiation is not a terrible one.
Or perception, just to see more of the fugue, the secret gestures and the weird words. So either one of them, I think, would work.
Yeah. Well, if you want to know what's being left unsaid, there's part of it is this is the role just to get him to yap. So this is the yap roll, and then because you got the most of it out of me without the yap roll, so I'm still going to make you do the yap roll.
Then that's the unarmed combat roll. Yeah. Oh, God damn it! No, no negotiation. So 9 and 4 is 13. Double whammy, double whammy, double whammy. Nice. So we'll see. That would be shit, that would be 3 successes. Nice.
Oh, okay. Well, you do get you needed 2 to just kind of shift him off to blab mode to get the game going mode, and then you have 1 additional question that you can ask that you'll have to get information back that's truthful and correct as far as the scene go, as far as the people involved in the scene go. But yeah, he's started talking about like we have an idea, we have a plan to secure, and he stops saying secure Bajor. He stops himself in the middle of something and then says to get the Cardassians to want to leave. We're going to encourage them to leave beyond simply a well-organized but hopelessly outmatched resistance. Because that way we'll just get people killed.
Well, if I know my Cardassians, they're going to kill people anyway on the way out. So that's not a promising thing, but risk is our business kind of deal. Just thinking. I think for now I'll bank that that momentum if I can. If I come up with anything, and of course, the lieutenant can. If the lieutenant has a question, can pretend that I'm asking it.
Yeah, I like the idea that all right, so there's you got him to talk, and if you want to actually kind of analyze what he said, like if you want to do a read between the lines, that would be a good information analysis thing.
Okay. I think I'll do
you can
that.
you can also technically just leave him tied up, and just say he's taken too dangerous a gamble with their people or something, go off in a huff or
something like that.
Sorry,
make up a good enough reason to step outside.
Okay, well, I think he broke wind, so let's just do that.
That'll do it.
Okay, you're gonna let him cook in his own juice for a while. So well,
the air filtration systems in the shuttle will actually take care of it. So Won't be
Yeah,
too horrible when we come back in.
if you hadn't turned them off, you know. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Oopsies.
Oopsies. So anyway, you guys are back out, in the shuttle or outside the shuttle. Saren has heard what needs to be heard. And if you guys want to discuss anything.
So what's your takeaway on it?
It's a very interesting position we've gotten ourselves into.
Yeah. Indeed.
You're the one with the Starfleet intelligence information with the training. Do you believe him?
I have a hard time believing most people, even the ones who chronically tell the truth. Let me do an information analysis check, just to go over the stuff he said and figure out.
Yeah. All right.
So, I guess that's insight and security.
Well, and also, if you want, the lieutenant commander can assist in some way, like if you wanted to involve her. That does work, and they get a die in it. So you've got information analysis. You're thinking about everything he's told you, plus what you've witnessed on the planet. You can bring in any other insights into Cardassian dipshittery.
Well, let me see here. No, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work. Okay. I was trying to figure out if any of my talents might come in handy on this one, but I don't think so. So, all right. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, because I'm not detecting danger or hidden enemies.
No, you got one right in front of you. Yeah, you pretty much have the enemies.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. I don't even need binoculars. Oh Lord, this is not good. So yeah, okay. So no more screwing around here. Insight, security, I guess. Information analysis. Here we go.
Okay. Saren, which the dumbest thing is I can't get to any of my screens. I'm just sitting here watching the world go by. Saren, you've got essentially a 13 in helping people sort their shit out.
All right.
I mean, you basically are going to do whatever it is that would enhance his ability to analyze information or ask some leading question that's insightful.
Your focus is shit sorting. Good.
Shit sorting. Yeah. So how did Talos do?
I got 2 successes.
Okay. Oh man, not as good as threatening. I mean, thinking is hard. Thinking is definitely hard.
With that old Bajor guy running up the side of the hill. Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah, you're still from the down on the hill. You're still hearing the shouts and yelling and Ragathor saying, "No, I didn't mean to punch him." Because yes, he did.
Oh God, he was right. That's a diplomatic incident happening. No matter what we do. All right.
So, what does Saren do as a deep and insightful thing? Do you think that they do? So they basically, you just need a single die, 13 or better, or 13 or lower, and a critical range of 3. So you can roll some dice there to see if you can get any points.
All right, I got a 3.
Damn, why did I make the crit? Never mind. Good. So that's 2 more points. So you really only need a couple points to just kind of break open the analysis. That leaves you with 3 additional momentum for information spends, if you want to, or create a condition that would result from something like this. Like you can come up with an idea or a scheme and assign what's called a trait to the environment that makes things easier for you or harder for other people. Those are things you can do with your spare momentum as well. So you yeah, he's leaving something unsaid. I think that there's the person is being incredibly cagey about what is going to happen to Bajor, because you sense that there's plans for Bajor after the Cardassians leave.
Right.
And so you got Starfleet's not being the intelligence community isn't being forthright because he did not want to tell you anything about this. And you really got an idea that these minerals are going to be used for something. Probably something. Well, anyway, you can answer some more questions too. What? Sorry, go ahead.
My thought is he might be Section 31, and that's why he's not even going to talk to me.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just my personal theory.
But you can bring that into part of the story. But yeah,
well, I don't know how much we would know about Section 31, or maybe I would know about it more than others.
I think you'd have a reasonable expectation of knowing about it before it was in canon revealed.
Okay.
before it was in broadcast order revealed.
Right.
Canon, it goes back to Enterprise, because why not?
Sure.
Section 31 agents that hung out with Zephyr Cochrane. But anyway, yeah. So if you do have a feeling that there's some shady organization, you may not even have a name for it. You don't even have to name it as a thing, but you do know that Starfleet intelligence tends to run deeper operations.
Well, there's a deeper thing that it's probably Section 31, but we maybe don't know what the hell it is yet.
Yeah. You could just see it as one of those standard, Section 30 or where it's like you got so many covert ops going on that nobody knows about. Yep. Okay.
Right.
So so you're sitting there, and so you definitely feel like he's holding back on something. There's definitely some plans for Bajor. You do have, I think, 3 questions worth of points if you want to use them,
right,
to confirm or deny suspicions.
Right. And the thing is that because maybe it's my prejudice because he looks like a Cardassian, but and if he is working for one of these super deep operations, when he says we've got their plans for Bajor, is he talking the Federation or who? Because again, I'm not 100% convinced that he's. I mean, like I said, he gave the super secret handshake for Starfleet insurance, Starfleet insecurity. But again, I'm aware of the Obsidian Order, and they lie like dogs.
Oh, and they're tricky bastards. So them knowing those protocols would not be out of the question.
I'm sure. I mean, whatever agency he's with, if he really wanted to mess with us, and I'm now giving the GM something to play with, he would have picked his cuffs and the shuttle would be launching. He
does want to leave in a hurry. So
that is true. He wants to get out of here in a hurry, but I don't know if that's to return to his Starfleet handlers or Obsidian Order handlers, or hell, he could be he could be an Orion. Okay, I'm going down the conspiracy rabbit hole.
Why are you giving me all this? This is going to be so great. This is better than the Packlet invasion force.
It's an early birthday gift.
Yes.
It's an early birthday gift. Okay. So, unfortunately, but, I can go down that rabbit hole. I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, I mean, you could have that being part of your thing. Don't forget, you do have the lieutenant commander there to talk with about this.
Well,
this is what we call drama, you know.
Well, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Oh, so you've been
I have been
spiraling. Okay, you've been spiraling, and we just didn't pick up on that. We just thought this was normal spiraling for you.
Oh, gotcha.
At this point, I must administer the Vulcan groin kick to make you stop. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. Jesus Christ.
I do like that one. No, I think it would be the Bajoran headbutt. I think it would be whatever a football hooligan would use. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I think that would be the Klingon thing,
Oh yeah.
Klingon head. Okay.
Yep. So what's the so what are you gonna talk with the commander about? Like you're expressing doubts about this person's cover?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, of course, no, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. No. I'm going to stop myself right there. Don't need to give the GM more fuel for that fire.
Yeah. Well, Saren, you can start interrupting and asking him all those bitchy Vulcan questions.
Our mission is not what happens on Bajor in the future. Our mission is this colony here and now. If he is withholding information about these crystals,
yeah, all he's telling me is what we already know, that they're not what we think they are, and I'm pretty sure that's obvious.
then perhaps you could convince him to be more helpful. Or I don't know if Vulcans crack their knuckles, but she's practicing her, like, how do they do it? Like 2 there and 2 there and 1 there.
I do like the idea that she flexes her fingers for the Vulcan death grip, or some such similar thing.
She could mind meld.
Well, I mean, he's already bitching about creating a diplomatic incident, and I got to really talk that other Tellarite into not filing HR charges over the hokey pokey.
I think the chief science officer can make that go away.
Although actually, once it was explained to him that it was a children's dance, I think he was okay with it. But
I think you're all pervs. But so he so you what I'm gonna do, I hate to do this because I can't.
Oh, isn't it a thing that you can't mind meld with a Cardassian? Did I make that up?
No,
I think that's a Ferengi.
Ferengi have a resistance because, of course, they do. Someone did a kind of an unskilled melder did try and meld with Gul Dukat, but it was basically Gul Dukat could just resist it because of course he's a badass.
He's a badass.
Well, I think most of the officers, and again, if he's Obsidian Order, they're trained to resist that. I doubt anybody could mind meld with Garrett, for example. They would walk away with a headache. You could,
they would walk away with such a great story. It would not.
Commander, I didn't think Vulcans cried. I melted with Garrett. Oh, all right. You have a bottle of Sergeant Brandy. We'll get a ship's counselor on you later.
Yep. So, what I'm thinking you got to do next is probably your. Let's see. What will we do with this? Well, you've been hypothesizing, but you haven't actually asked any questions. So no one's come near a question at this point. And it's okay. You got more momentum. You can that, enjoy it.
I just think we need to get him to tell us about these stupid crystals.
And your problem is the here and the now. I mean, there's the
Yes.
mission in front of you, which I definitely think is a good point.
Yeah.
There's the mission in front of you. There's the future, and then whatever you do may or may not help Bajor, or may help it in the short term and doom it in the long term. Who knows?
See, but again, I'm thinking he's combining the crystals and whatever the future is for Bajor.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Maybe
You
you're
can
right.
gate in some granny knowledge.
Hmm?
You can gate in some granny knowledge if you want.
Okay, I could probably. Yeah, you're right. I could probably. Did Granny ever come across crystals like this? I don't know.
Yeah, we can definitely do a grandma thing, and we'll just have that as one of your momentum spends, and
Okay.
what are your information spends. So Granny did talk about how, in the before the invasion times, that there would be communing, and people would commune with the prophets, and the Bajorans would deeply connect with each other, at least when they weren't busy like savaging each other, or having a rigid caste system. So they were very empathetic people, except for the caste system. And she did have some legends about that the oh God, what would it be? How do you use the word eye booger in Bajoran? Because I'm trying to think of because the Tears of the Prophets is a thing already, right?
Right. There's this here of the prophets, but are you saying there's the eye boogers of the prophets?
The eye boogers of the prophets.
Dear God.
I'm just trying to think of the earwax of the prophets, or something or other of the prophets. We're just gonna go. We're gonna
the
call
toe jam of the prophets.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the. We'll just call it the echoes of the prophets.
Okay.
We'll just put that in there because I think that's a sufficiently vague sounding thing. But that Bajorans could tune themselves in and hear the echoes of the prophets. The prophets wouldn't directly speak to them, but Bajorans would hear each other, and through that hearing, get a better understanding of things and be able to kind of develop a bit of a gestalt. And that maybe there was some, I don't know how much did you listen to Granny's stories?
Plenty.
Okay, so you were wrapped as a little grimmer, as a little kid. You were
there you go.
Okay, she did talk about that because Bajorans before the whatever. I'm going to go with some of the sects had rosaries or the equivalent, because everybody has some prayer beads, and I'm almost certain that Bajorans had them.
Probably.
I think I've actually seen them on screen. But yeah, so they would just rotate through these minerals or these rocks that were on a necklace, and it would help them pray. So there is something, if you want to be really tenuous about the rabbit hole, there's something where there's a meditation object or a meditation jewelry or necklace, and you didn't know anything about what the color of the crystals were or anything, but you got the sense that there were some gems that people would use as part of the prayer ritual. Whether it was just to keep count, like you do on the rosary, or Tibetan prayer beads are the same way.
Right.
So you have that kind of a thing going on. So you were like fine with that, but obviously those all got shit canned or hidden away during the invasion. So you haven't seen one of these necklaces ever yourself personally.
Okay. All right, and I'm relaying that to the lieutenant commander. I'm just wondering if the prayer beads or whatever are made from these gems, and just how much of them are floating around the galaxy. I mean, these are Bajoran colonies. And I wouldn't be surprised if these things were on Bajor, but
Oh, there's a thought.
I mean, I've heard of the mining operations. Lord only knows what they're stripping, not just the industrial stuff, but you know, I mean, what's what's one man's meditation stone is another person's LSD or whatever. Well, I mean, we've seen what these crystals do,
Mhm.
especially to non-Bajors. I personally don't remember any of of my interactions, but that's just me. Um, and I mean, Azara said there was some sort of emotional connection between that she felt something between her and and uh, uh, and the old guy trying to climb up the hill.
Mhm.
So I'm just wondering if, like I said, these things have a psychic resonance or something, but I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know what that means for Bajor. I'm hoping to hell the Cardassians didn't find a way to, I don't know, power their phasers with it or something, because that would suck.
Oh, it would.
You know, or find some other thing to do with them. Of course, they could be breaking them into tiny pieces and snorting them for all I know. I don't know. That'd be entertaining too.
Oh, that would not be good. All right, so yeah, you got some ideas. Do you want to ask any more questions, or
I'm not thinking of anything at the moment. If Jim has any thoughts on the process, we can go with that.
do you have anything that we're interested in thinking about?
I mean, I'm very intrigued by these crystals. What the hell are they doing to everybody on this planet?
That is a good question.
Well,
Where my
I'm,
mouse is another one.
I'm
Sorry?
going to say from what little I understand of them, I don't think it's going to be. I don't know that it's going to be permanent. I don't think it'll be, but then again, I'm a security officer, not a doctor. So,
Oh, that's true.
That is true. But we do have. I mean, these crystals are naturally occurring on this planet,
right.
Yes.
and they seem to amplify emotions.
That's what it looks like. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we blew out a section of them or overloaded them or something, because I think there's a section that's not working or something like that.
Yeah, when we were in the cave, we overloaded.
Right. All right.
Okay. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna take a chance, and I'm gonna switch scenes
Okay.
because I don't trust my own system here. Waiting to sync your changes. Well, I can sync my changes all day long here. All right, we're gonna try this. I'm gonna open an on-screen element. Under control. And well, hey, at least I got my. All I'm gonna say is at least I got this working. Okay, we're going back to the source. I've managed to bring my my window capture back because there is something going wrong here. Something going wrong. Yeah. Window, Chrome, on-screen, current, Bajor rising. There we go. In theory. All right. Well, we're just going to go theater of the mind. Fuck it. Okay, Lemuel, you're back. You're at the shuttle bay. You're at the shuttle landing site. If I'm not mistaken, you managed to pull Ragorthor and what's his name off of each other. The early security has. The old man has definitely been punched a few times. And if I remember right, you were working on setting up a resonance pulse with your tricorder, and was it to attempt to disrupt whatever the heck was causing everybody to get amplified anger?
Exactly.
Okay, because I remember that part. I don't remember the operative as well. What it shows. All right, so you and if I recall correctly, you critically failed.
I believe I did, and I think I made everything worse.
Everything got a little bit worse. Yeah. So when this flips out, Ezra still stays unconscious, which is pretty merciful.
Oh boy.
Ragorthor is next to the old man, and I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna say you fumble the crystal into the guy's hands, and while you're tussling with the old man, the crystal lands on his ass. So he's now in direct contact with this thing.
It's stuck in a shirt pocket. Yeah.
It's stuck in his shirt pocket or his robe. So it's caught in the hem of his robe. But he is because he's never touched the crystal. You guys have gotten near him with it, but not touched him. So he's he now, well, you basically you're not seeing anything through your own eyes anymore at this point.
Oh dear.
You're seeing everything through his eyes. So you're seeing yourself standing there with a tricorder looking a little befuddled. You're seeing Ragorthor, you're seeing the old man, gnarly hands. This is not being John Malkovich. This is being Arthur Golem. But you are seeing through his eyes, and and actually you start feeling like the age of his bones and how he's old. You're also feeling like the rage he's got. So you're almost like merging with him. You've never been through a mind meld that I know of. Maybe you have. I don't know. But the closest thing you can come with is when you guys touched the crystals in the cave, and it started, giving you those waves of togetherness, of merging.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting subsumed into some sort of a little psychic thing going on, and it's up to you what you want to do with that. Do you want to just go for the ride?
Yeah, we'll ride this old man for a bit,
as it were. One of the other things is, since I'm not going to care, Talis, you've suddenly also got this wave of connectedness that's hitting you.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be affecting the first officer or the science officer that you can tell, but you're starting to see like this overlap of vision. Like you're looking out through someone's eyes. You actually see Lemuel in front of you. And also you're hearing you're both hearing starting of a cacophony of voices. You're seeing through one person's eyes, feeling their body, but you're also hearing lots and lots of, I don't know, I'd go with echoes at this point.
Okay.
So you've got these things going on. If we can roll some dice and pretend you can talk to each other, but you do manage to find each other in the Gestalt somehow, because I really don't want to let you guys roll dice and fuck this up.
Okay.
That works.
Okay, so we're keeping the dice out of Jim's hands for tonight.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's actually what's happening is Nelson, you're sensing, and you're only sensing Bajoran patterns. I don't know why Lemuel's in here. Probably maybe the proximity of the crystal. Ragathor would be in here if he were conscious, but he's been beaten senseless by an old man.
That's going to make for a good story in 10 forward, but
Oh yeah, he is.
I don't know how I'm going to put that in our report. That's
he needs to leave it. Yeah.
That
So
might
you-
have to stay between us.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, you're actually
And-
like, yeah. How do you guys want to encounter each other in this?
Okay.
void?
and what about Azara? I know she's unconscious, but are we sensing her in the force, as it were? Because I'm guessing because Lemuel has danced with these crystals before,
Mhm.
that's probably why he's in the Gestalt.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that idea. I'm
makes
going to
sense.
use. That's a brilliant idea.
And that's why I'm asking about Azara, because not only is she a psychic race, but she also touched the crystals and went somewhere. So
Yep. So she's poked the doggy, as it were. She's put her finger in that part of the dog.
Oh dear.
So yeah, you're basically we'll bring. I mean, she's God, yeah, because I as a meta thing, I basically we're turning the Bajoran into the psychic punching bag. I've done this every single episode where she's like incapacitated or whatever.
The
and it's like,
Betazoid, yeah. Okay.
yeah, I got to stop this. She is she's actually working to project an aura of calm still, which was what she was trying to do before
Okay.
the crystal shocked her. And she is now I don't know, you can look at her. I mean, you can feel that her presence is there. There's not any visuals unless you need them, but her presence is there. It's projecting an aura of calm. It's kind of keeping a lid on things, but it is clearly a losing battle for her for what she's doing, because there's just so much rage and so many minds
Right.
that she's just and then when you guys entered it, she can talk with. I mean, you can try and talk with her. I can give her some lines.
Right.
But she is there. She is there. She is present.
Oh, okay. Well, as a visual, I would think, fine, we see her unconscious by the shuttle, but sort of an Obi-Wan Kenobi blue ghost standing at the top of the shuttle going, guys!
Yeah.
That's not working.
Yeah. So she's definitely, well, actually I think she's pacing back and forth and not wringing her hands, but doing the meditation thing, whatever a Bajoran meditation would be. And it would probably be temple massaging based on Counselor Troy.
Right.
But she's basically like working hard to meditate on the aura of calm and keeping, she's been, and you can feel her like trying to focus on one individual at a time. And then you feel her trying to like, and then you feel other individuals kind of getting out of control. And so she then hops to the next person. So she's busy trying to mode switch around and calm people down individually.
Good Lord.
And it is not a lot of help. And so she's really reaching, a bit of it's as physically exhausting as like running between all of them, and trying to give them a neck massage, a psychic neck massage. But, that is what she's dealing with right now. She's trying to, and you can actually smell like you have some smells that come along with this. And it smells like sage and, I believe rose would be a couple of smells that you also are getting when she's doing all this.
Mm-hmm.
So she's putting a full court press on. You can talk with her, try and talk with her while she's doing it. But she's really deep into her own thing. So she may not even have noticed you being here. Right. You're not in immediate crisis. So she's probably not going to pay attention to you unless you wake her up.
Okay.
So Lemuel, you're here. I guess we'll just go with Force Ghosts at this point.
Sure.
Okay. What color is your Force Ghost robe, Lemuel?
It's going to be purple.
Okay. Talus, you got a favorite color for your Force Ghost robe?
It's not easy being green.
Got it. Okay. So this is a very Babylon 5 situation that you put us in.
There you go.
So yeah, you are there. You can observe this. You still you can see each other, but also you're seeing through the eyes of Olam as well. So it's a little disorienting would be the phrase I would use.
Okay.
Sounds it.
So you guys can talk to each other, if you want.
Okay, this is
What's
a new
that?
experience.
Yes, is this a Bajoran thing? Because it's not really a human thing.
You're asking the wrong Bajoran. Wait, but I think I can fix that. I go over to Olaf, is it?
Yeah. What are you going to do to him? I'm concerned about what you're going to do to Olaf.
Oh, no. There's not going to be any ghost on ghost violence here.
Okay.
I have no plans for that. In as respective a tone I can muster. Okay, what? Well, I don't know your religious title if you have one, but what is going on here? And is there any way we can put things back to rights?
I can feel everything. Everyone. This is right. And he just kind of he is going to attempt to lay hands on you. Whether you want him to grab you or not is up to you, given what he's done to what he and Rockathor did.
The fact that he shit kicked one of our other people, but then again, I have training.
Yeah. So he's if you want to at least evade or avoid him, because he's doing the grab you by the shoulders. He's gonna just grab you by the paw. At this point, he's gonna take a paw run at you.
Oh, okay. As he's doing that, I'm gonna say you got to tell me more about the echoes of the prophets.
Oh yeah, I really don't want to sound like a beach guy.
I keep imagining him as Tommy Chong. Hey man,
yeah.
I'll tell you about the tears of the prophets. All right, dude.
Okay, yes. Now I can't get that out of my head, so thanks for that. That will be later when he goes to his younger self. If he strobes through his life, he'll go back to that. We can move together. We can feel together. We can experience everything together. This is what, and we can become one with each other, and once we've done that, we can become one with the prophets.
Okay, personally, I'm not ready for that level of commitment.
Oh, but you should be. You really should be. And he's gonna, I don't know, it's not hypnosis, but it's that kind of creepy old man eyes that he's throwing at you. So I need, we don't have a willpower check, but I would go with something along the lines of, I don't know what you do. It would be, personally, I would go presence, but that's just me.
Okay.
You also have Bajoran tenacity and assholery, so you can resist being intimidated. If I recall right, there's a skill to resist being intimidated.
I don't believe I have it, and I don't have, and unfortunately, one of my traits is not asshole, but I wish I would have taken that one.
Yeah, it's sheer cussedness, I think, is the phrase I would use. Let me see. Let me just quickly hop up. I got my mouse back, so I can do no wrong now. I'm awesome. I'm rocking this. No, tell us. Let's see what you actually.
Actually, I'm going to sort of let him.
You'll let him do it?
he's going to lay hands on me. Maybe it's time to see what's going on.
Okay. Oh, this could be good.
And I'll look at Lemuel and go, I might be back.
Oh God, that is really good. Constantly watching, well-informed, and backup plans. Yeah, you should have a. This was made under the first edition rules. That's why. In second edition, you have like a couple of culture traits, and one of them is like the Bajoran tenacity. That when a certain amount of threat has been accumulated, suddenly you gain superpowers. You can sense instinctively that the chips are down. So yeah, he's going to. If you're going to allow him to do that, I was thinking about if you wanted to sacrifice a value. You don't really
no, because none of my values are about my issues with the prophets or the religion. So that wouldn't be a thing. But
so he grabs your paw. He's got a good grip on your paw. Lemuel, you're witnessing this, and the funny thing is, Lemuel, you're seeing through his eyes into Talus's eyes, and you can actually start feeling the ear. So you're getting all these tactile sensations like you're there. So this is creepy. And his ear's a little
rubbing
sweaty.
his ear.
Yeah. And
I'm not crazy about it either.
Yeah. So as this moves on, and it is this beginning, you're starting to feel this, again, you had a little bit of this before, but you started feeling this a little bit of disassociation, a little bit of losing yourself or blending yourself into a greater whole, right? That's WHOLE for those of you keeping track at home. The snickering will now commence, but you do have this beginning of this, and the old man does say, and now we can make them feel what we feel. And you kind of start walking toward the shuttle. The old man does. And a group of Bajorans kind of starts to move on the security team, and doesn't the security team starts to raise their weapons. The Bajorans all simply stand there and stare at them, and the security guards start the guards that that you've trained start kind of trembling, and just for all intents and purposes, it looks like they're in tremendous grief.
Oh dear.
It's like all of Bajor's sadness is just dumped on them.
Oh, that's not going to go well.
And then he proceeds into the shuttle. He's going to the shuttle, man. The two Cardassians are sitting there. They are now completely terrified. And you guys have, if you want to exert agency or anything else while this is happening, just interrupt at any time, just to let you know.
Oh,
okay. But you don't, and I will say you're not sensing malice, at least violent malice, but you are feeling the hatred of the Cardassians well up within him and yourself really hard. Lemuel, you're just feeling, I don't know, what's the maddest thing you've ever been mad about?
Jesus.
As Lemuel.
Lemuel?
If you want to make it personal, that's fine too. But
yeah, I think it is when Ducat came out over the speaker network and talked so casually about wiping out entire villages.
Okay.
That was just Lemuel's powerlessness and his anger and distress from that. Because
Okay.
that was kind of, I'm guessing, like the people talk about, like, oh, the Cardassians are real jerks and they do these terrible things, but for the Federation, it's never been anything that they've been able to say, like, look, this is it, this is what they're doing.
Mhm.
So I think it's that.
Okay. So what you're feeling that that level of anger, of hurt, all that, and you're kind of feeling it like leave you and move into the two Cardassians, and they just if there was um the face that comes across them that you've never seen before is, you've never seen this on a Cardassian, and it is a feeling of shame and regret. So you
Ooh.
can feel all the horrors that have visited upon the Bajorans. They get to show the Cardassians deeply. So it's got them shook. Let me go with that. It's got both of them like starting to tremble and get into a bit of a quaking posture. Like this is something they had never dealt with before. They're just starting to just sob. They're just sort of a hollow mouth, just and then they just kind of put their heads in their little manacled fists and start beginning to sob.
Oh, look, it's the consequences of your goddamn actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel too bad about
Don't.
this for them. I mean,
Kinda
if they were going to kill them, I probably would have quoted like the equivalent of the Bajoran Ten Commandments, or something like that. Dude, we don't kill. Remember that? Yeah.
Oh no, the Jordans kill, man. But anyway, but yeah, you're feeling this, and Olam is like, they can feel what we feel. We can make them feel this.
All right.
goddamn empathy bomb.
Again, I'm not against this. Then again, I don't understand most of it, but that's okay. Did they seem to be moving towards the other shuttle where supposedly the Starfleet intelligence guy is?
I don't think. Well, they don't know. Well, if you want to think about him,
on second thought,
I'm gonna
making these guys cry. Damn it!
Oh no, I wanna now do this because thank you for. You see, you hand me a switch, and I'm just gonna use it on you. Yeah. So like a rented mule, I'm gonna steal your idea. What I want to do is this is either a security or probably security or command, which are good for you, and control. This is your ability to master your own thoughts, sir.
Master my own thoughts.
Flying a shuttle, shooting a phaser, or being master of your own domain. They're all covered by control, apparently.
Right. Well, I'll go with security to add to that because we're supposed to be unreadable.
Yeah.
So let's see here, and I got 2 successes.
All right. You did quash the thought of
the other guy.
The other guy. So yeah, you've managed to quash that thought because you kind of cottoned on to what was happening. And
Olam turns to me and says, "What is this baby shark you keep singing in your head?" Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. Just you dance to it, man.
What is this? What is this hokey pokey?
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, they're not. I mean, at this point, I think. Well, a lot of the rage left them. So at this point, I'm going to go with Azara's efforts start to pay the hell off, because it is no longer so overwhelming that a single mind can at least keep quelling it. She's gonna see if she can, she'll come up to him and just say, your anger is, your anger is at rest. You've found a way to really channel your anger effectively, and now I think you need to stop. I think you need to lay that aside for a little while. And he goes, oh damn, you're right. And then he just pops out of the trance, because she's not here to do this. that would probably be what I think she'd do. To be honest, I think that's what she'd do.
Yeah.
But yeah, he lets go of your paw. Lemuel, you are, you're able to see everything again like normal, and you're still standing there. You can decide what you want to do with that. Go by.
This is.
And
Lemuel's just gonna kind of pull up a rock and sit.
Okay. Did you want to
sit with his
retrieve?
fifis?
Anybody want to retrieve the crystal from him, or are we gonna just leave the old man with a nuclear weapon?
Oh no, we should probably get that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys are standing right next to him.
Yeah,
Well,
mile
you're up
away.
on the mountaintop. Oh God, I forgot about that.
So
yeah, I will grab that crystal, but I'm gonna grab it I'm gonna pull my sleeve down.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that rock eyebrow from the Vulcan. Where the hell have you been? All right.
Yeah. So that is the at least that would be at least for right now, because I've done so many technical starts and stops on you guys. I feel bad, but that at least gets you something where the Bajorans have calmed at least. The security guards are starting to recover. They're not feeling great. So Azara has a lot to do in terms of she just quit being a counselor, so she picked the best day to stop being a counselor. So I think she's going
to be prescribing a lot of Romulan ale.
She's going to be like buying around for everybody. But the guards start to recover. Ella Thorne, she's down, but she'll probably also recover. The other Bajorans are now not necessarily milling about, but they're just honestly they're exhausted because of all the effort that they put into this, all the hate. But it also seems like there's a sense of them being more unified than they've ever been, because you got that, they were all kind of doubting the prophets. That seems to have gone away. The kids that were there with the old lady that were being a little bit persnickety about it. They've gotten a little less spicy about the prophets, even though what's her name? Isa Jaisa seems to have, she'll come up to Olam and say, "You're right," and then everybody gets to have a good day at that point. But every Bajoran is basically drained, and probably will need to do nap time, would be my thought. The shuttle, the commander's still out of it, but I don't know what you guys want to do. Ideally, Ella will recover and probably start sending them back on the shuttle, to send them back to the Odyssey. What did you want to do? Because I can move back up the mountaintop.
Okay.
Because you probably have a few questions now. With this. And Saren, you've got, you're there. You've witnessed what appears to be a psychic event. And Nellis talks in his sleep. So you got to hear, a lot of what Olam was saying. So you witnessed something that looked like a mind meld, a large group mind meld. An emotional one. Yeah. And it's an emotional one, but that's what happens during mind melds is they get emotional and messy. So you felt, this was the messiest mind meld you've ever you had the I don't know, the privilege to witness. I don't know what it would
Yeah.
be.
It would be.
Yep. So Nels, you're I mean you're physically exhausted, but emotionally you feel like a bit of a burden has been lifted.
Mm-hmm.
You're not at the forgiveness
Right.
stage. You're not singing hippie prayer beads things. You're just like, okay, done. You know. And
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
All right. Well, like the other Bajorans, I know I'm going to need a shower and a nap.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with our friend in the shuttle.
Well, I didn't know you still have 2 questions left.
Hmm.
I mean, we could end it with you confronting him and saying you're gonna have to talk about something now, or you can do that, and we can pick up the questioning next time.
Yeah, that's probably where I'll go with that.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
All right.
that works for me.
Cool. All right. Well, I just want so for next week, what do you guys think you'd like to see happening? Because there's Bajorans in space. We're almost getting there. Do you have a thing that should happen next week? What you are afraid of happening, or what you want to happen?
I would like to see these Bajorans, they put aside their differences because of this mind meld orgy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to come to this thing with a whole new sense of purpose. They're going to be like, yeah, Bajor is occupied, but we're here, we're free, and we're going to make this place the best place. They're just rededicated to making this colony survive.
Okay.
Whatever it takes. Yeah.
Okay. So they have a unity of purpose. Colony. Yeah. Reestablish the colony. Okay, Steve, do you have a thing that you'd like to do? You've got an undercover operative.
Right.
Strike Force.
Undercover Fed operative.
Well, that was last week. It's like, okay, well, you've learned more about him.
Right. That's a good question. I'm still trying to work out what his deal is. That's where I want to go.
Okay. So he's still got. I mean, he still has questions to answer.
Yep.
And also, I think you sense there was a hidden motives.
Oh yeah, the
hidden agenda. I'm sorry.
Hidden agenda, something like that.
Yep. Okay. So we got those things to ask about, and everybody, I just wanted to say, hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for putting